I've not seen this, so we're watching this together as friends on the internet.
Speaking of material consequences for bad people, I'm just like, I feel like I'm just stepping on absolutely everybody I hate right now. I just got like a bunch of lined up, and I'm going stump, stump, stump. Oh, that guy sucks. Stump, stump, stump. Yeah, you too, buddy. And now I got Keffals. Bam, bam, bam. Time to eat. So Keffals has returned to streaming to my delight, because now I get to watch him suffer. He announced his stream, and then he did 2 streams, and then posted this. He says, "No stream today. I need to decompress. I'm going to be a lot more honest with you all going forward about where I'm at, what is happening, and where this community is heading. I just started a new antidepressant 2 days ago, and I'm going to need some time to adjust. I'm currently dusting off OBS, reorganizing the moderator chats in case we ever have to deal with hate raids or harassment again, and making sure both myself and this community stays a safe and positive place to be. I plan to stream at least 5 days a week. 5 days of Keffals content a week. I can't fucking wait. Number 1 Keffals fan here. Eager for the Keffals content, spelled with a K. A lot of chatting, gaming, and reacts when it's stuff that's genuinely fun and not just live coverage of the world burning. We all know how much the world is we could all do with a break from that. While I was gone, I was working on my mentals. I've been seeing a psychiatrist. I just started therapy with a psychologist. And see, that's like when you don't know the difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist, so you just like multi-track drift that shit. Like, yeah, I'll take one of each, I guess. Sure, it's the British taxpayer paying for it, right? Right? Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, great. I'll take one of each. Suffer, England. Pay your taxes so that this Canadian living in Northern Ireland can get a psychiatrist and a psychologist. Suffer. Let's see. In my absence, I went through a diagnostic test for post-traumatic stress disorder. The test was about 90 out of a diagnostic cutoff of 30. I scored an 88. Oh, out of 90 with a cutoff of 30, I scored an 88. So much of my trauma comes from what happened to me in 2022, in 2023. There he was, minding his own business, enjoying fish content on YouTube, when suddenly Stephen Burnell came in with a knife and attempted to murder him. Thankfully, in an act of valiant self-defense, he managed to deplatform Destiny before he could strike that fatal blow into his neck. However, he had an accomplice. The Kiwi farms rolled up, to which Queen Keffals valiantly poured out a Sturmgewehr and just opened fire in self-defense through a crowd of people. Absolutely necessary to protect his own life. That is the realistic timeline. Unfortunately, the weapon was so loud, and the screams of all those evil people trying to kill him for no reason were just so traumatizing that he now has a 1,000-yard stare chat. I still have nightmares about it. He just has nightmares about how Stephen Burnell broke into his house. It's time to stream, chat. That scared the fuck out of me. It's my alarm. I told you that's my alarm. You guys don't believe me? Let's see. Okay, so he has nightmares about Steve Burnell, right? And a lot of things that are relatively benign give me flashbacks and send me into panic, feeling like cops are going to arrest me at gunpoint again. Dude, I like to imagine that this guy... What's the name of that big chain that's in Ireland? I've been there. I should remember this. It's not Lidl or Aldi. Grocery... Is it Greg's in Ireland? Super Value. That sounds right. So he goes to the Super Value. Oh, Tesco! That's what I was thinking of. He goes to Tesco, and he's shopping around, right? For the fruits and veggies. And he sees a kiwi. The kiwi stand, fresh kiwis from New Zealand. And he's like, ah! Ah! LaGuardia. Sorry, LaGuardia is the regular Ireland, not shitty Ireland. Whatever the equivalent, the constables could be coming. The constables could be here, he thought. Constables could be anywhere. Just the sight of the fruit sends him into fucking hives. He could die any moment. It's tragic, really. Because of that, I am not on social media. I delegated running my socials to someone in the community who will not be named to protect their identity and safety. I told them to forward messages of support to me and respond positively to those who still care about me and want the best for me. I want to say I am not a victim. That is, perhaps, the only true thing that this dude has ever said in his entire life. I'm trying to think, is there anything he has ever said ever at any point that even comes close to the truth? And honestly, I don't think so. He's been wrong about every single fucking issue that he's ever taken a stance on, except that. Many of the problems that happened before I quit were self-inflicted. That is true. When I get triggered, I go into fight or flight. He sees the Kiwi and just starts smashing it. Die! Not this time. He's like, he grabs a broom and he's holding it like his Sturmgewehr. He's like, he's like clutching it like it's his gun, like it's his last stand against the Kiwi fruits. When I get triggered, I go into fight or flight. This, and I don't know what the next part is. Blah blah blah. Yeah, this guy clipped this, got to this paragraph, cut it off, and was like, I cannot be bothered to scroll down a little bit and archive the second half of this post because who gives a shit? It's not like this is ever going to be right on a stream or something. Kevin says, so I opened Twitter, saw a tweet with one like being mean to me, had a flashback, heart rate spikes to like 150. Love it, sis. If I could have ordained a future for Queen Keffals, I think getting triggered over a tweet that nobody even fucking saw is perhaps exactly what I would have selected for you. And the British taxpayer. My official diagnoses are major depressive disorder, melancholic subtype, and complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I am working on both. I will be forthcoming about these issues, which I have always hid out of fear it would be used to attack me. For instance, one of the symptoms of melancholic depression is psychomotor retardation. The return of psychomotor retardation, our favorite Keffalsism. In case you're wondering, in case you were not around for Drop Kiwi Farms. During Drop Kiwi Farms, Keffals would say, like if you ever watch a stream of him, it's literally like this. Hey guys, I just wanted to watch some funny fish videos. Blub blub blub. Sorry you made me take away your primary source of income. Destiny. Like just like the slowest fucking speech ever. With like infinite like dead air. That's like his stream for like 8 fucking hours. He talks like that. And then when people started making fun of him for talking like he's on drugs constantly, he says, actually I have psychomotor retardation. So now it's like, okay, by your admission, we get to call you a retard. You're retarded, you act fucking retarded, and you speak fucking retarded. Glad that we had that on record, and now you are officially diagnosed retard. Which I was ridiculed for, and which Mutahar mocked me on Twitter for. Yeah, because it's funny. Which is why I will never watch his video or pretend he's a good actor trying to expose the truth. I talked about a serious problem I deal with. Depression runs in my family. My grandmother killed herself. My great-grandfather killed himself. My cousins have attempted. If you mock me for talking about this, fuck you. Is that really the appropriate action to take? Like, there are many depressed people in the world who don't get made fun of. The issue is that you go online and you cause problems and then you talk about it and you plead for sympathy. This is the Keffals cycle. He did this continuously after Drop Kiwi Farms. He would act real fucking smug, real fucking tough, go online, with people, start problems, act like it's the end of you. And in fact, if you go to his fucking YouTube channel, and you search Keffals for some godforsaken fucking reason, I think you only have to scroll just a little bit to see the Drop Kiwi Farm stuff. Let's see. 2 years ago. Let's see if it's there. Oh god, do you remember the meaty flapper segment? There was a point in time where Keffals was on YouTube, and anytime I saw a video like this with the meaty flappers and the 3 boobs, I would report it for sexual content. And some of those thumbnails actually got him in trouble, and he complained about it on Twitter at some point. God, was drop. Oh, there we go. So there we go. Completely deleted. Smug as completely deleted. I think there's a post. There, Rip Bozo laughing emoji, happy face. Website launch. Drop Kiwi Farms. I think there is one where it's literally just my post, and the thumbnail is sad null noises. Okay, there's the famous things have escalated post. Did he delete the one where it's just like a Kiwi Farms post and he's like sad null noises? I don't see that one. So he's deleted some of these, I guess, out of embarrassment. Let's watch this one. Just remind myself. Oh, there's Makeda. I think this is it. This is the one. Kiwi Farms is dead. We won. Irish Twitter. This is like this. Let's just go to a random point. I hear them smugly praying about this. This is my post. Yeah. Josh Moon watches his empire crumble. That's the name. Keffals wrote this. Keffals wrote this as a manual chapter title.
Shall we take a look?
Oh, I need to read this. I've saved all of this for the stream. In my life, there's a family emergency. It has absolutely nothing to do with the forum drama. I cannot and will not elaborate further. There will be a week or more where I am completely unavailable, and it is likely the site will go down during this time where I will not be able to bring it up. I want to appraise our situation frankly. Cloudflare was both our—
This was a very difficult time for me, by the way. Drop Kiwi Farms did not just happen at like a really inopportune time. It happened at like the worst possible time, and everything that I was doing for the site, I was also silently dealing with other issues. And I like that you can never talk about because you have the entire world at your throat at that point, right? So it was not just like dealing with an insane level of unprecedented deplatforming that literally nobody has ever dealt with before for a U.S. legal website. It came at like the worst possible time ever for that, and I'm like Keffals expects constantly flip between smugly preening like this to please I have idolism from my family. Like, you can't do that. You can't, like, strongman me and then also be like, please, you have to take pity on me.
Application level DDoS mitigation and our domain registrar. They have given me a way to transfer my domains to another registrar. I do not know what registrar to send it to because I do not have faith in any company.
Now, the next bit is the really, really funny bit. This is the funniest bit of today.
This is the funniest bit, chat.
The whole fact that Kiwi Farms is gone and dead. Completely off the clear net. Just the timing on this is incredible.
Oh, do you want to take it?
DDoS guard will drop us. Oh, sorry. Dropped us while I was writing this post. Dropped us while I was writing this post. This meme about Russia being a free country is a joke. The US is a free country, but with no stewards to protect it. Without the US, there was no second best. I did not expect Cloudflare to crumble so quickly, and I don't have a plan C for DDoS mitigation.
So even if they get the site back up, they have no way to protect against DDoS attacks.
Yeah. It's not going back up on the clear net, the normal internet that we know and love.
Oh, by the way, if everyone noticed, there's a null wiggler that someone who was mocking me made and put in my thread. I have added it to the stream. Feel free to use it as much as you want. It's ours now.
Do you see if I don't have to look at this stupid wiki high dog ever again, it's going to be too soon.
Oh my god.
This is, by the way, this is from a wiki high.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This person. Oh my god. Please tell me this person has a Twitter account. Hold up 1 second. I have to do something. This is extremely important. Give me a moment, chat. Sorry, this is dead air, but there's personal satisfaction to be gained in some things in life, and then you cannot just let you can't let those things pass when the opportunity presents itself, chat. Suffer, bull. Oh, he blocked me. He already had me blocked. You'll never see it. Wait, hold up. There's got to be some way to do this. Okay, he's like 3 sites. Hold up. Oh my god, his website's spewing out PHP. His website's just spewing out fucking HTTP errors. It's like in Japanese or some shit. What the f is this? Is this like a... What the fuck? Snail van at snail.gay. How do I... Is there no contact for this? I want to send this person an email. How does this person not have a fucking email address on their own site? So he like streams in this like snail van throughout the UK? Is that like his whole shtick? This person knows. This person knows that I'm going to send them this fucking dog as soon as I can find a way to do so. Oh my god, there's so much shit. This guy's like obsessed with this fucking cat. Okay. Why does he not have an email address? Okay, he has a Dictor, a TikTok, and a Discord. Or does he have like a business email address? Hold up, let's see this. There's like usually a business inquiry. Oh, I have to sign it. Okay, give me a second, chat. Look, this is the most urgent thing that I could possibly be doing right now. I've not watched these videos of these smug in years. I was just reminded because I want to remind people that he presents himself as the most sympathetic person ever. Like, oh no, I have psycho mode. I'm retarded. I'm literally fucking retarded. I'm just fucking retarded, and I'm like sad. And you know, if you're bullying me, I'm gonna commit and blame you for it. And it's like I want to remind people that at some point in time, when the had the upper hand, they were very, very not gracious about it.
Hello everyone and happy trucking.
Okay, this stream started playing. It literally scared the fuck out of me because I just heard a sudden cat meow sound. That was traumatic. I now score 88 out of 90 on the PTSD score. Dude, YouTube is giving me the most difficult CAPTCHA ever to see this email address, but I am determined. I am going to send a picture of the dog to the Shroon. Oh my god. Dude, what the I have never seen CAPTCHAs so difficult. Can anyone... Look, go to Ellen from now on and tell me what the email address is in chat. Because I've done this CAPTCHA like 4 fucking times. And it's just not letting me do it. I guess there's like so many Pajits on this VPN that... Oh, I did it. I finally did it. Okay. When I submit it, I don't get the email address. Can anyone give me this fucking email address? Like, it's just not letting me do it. I'm not doing your job. Fuck you. Chat. I've reached today's access limit. It's not showing me. Oh, is that it? Okay, thank you. Who is this hero? Thank you, Miu135. You are my personal champion at this point in time. Okay. So from Josh. .co.uk, of course, you know. And then I'm going to attach a picture of my dog. Let's see, storage, pictures. There we go. Inline, of course. I don't want it to be attached. And then I'm going to send this with no subject. And I think that should do it. Chat. Okay, great. What a fun adventure that was. What a blast from the past. Thank you, Queen Keffals. Let's see. Muda says she has an excuse for... she. Thank you, Pudahar. Just... just why are you coping about this still? Why are you in your Discord surrounded by maybe 20 people tops talking about how you got made fun of because you called yourself a in the middle of like international internet drama, and like you're like it's been 3 fucking years. Why haven't you gotten over this? Why are you how have you been traumatized by Pudahar calling you a I don't understand. Sorry, I just got mad. It happened to me too once. This isn't a joke. This is my life. These things are not mutually exclusive these days. This is what I have to deal with. You old cowards don't even smoke crack. What's up with that? As someone who has smoked crack, I agree, but I only smoked crack once because I lost my crack rock. Hank, my Roomba ate it. This isn't even a joke. Bossman Jack is even in the art of smoking crackarooski crack rocks. You're not even good at that. Even at smoking crack, Keffals sucks. I have heard of Bossman Jack losing weed nuggies in his carpet, but he has never lost a crack rock in his carpet yet. So even when it comes to smoking crack, he is subpar and insufficient. Awesome. We watched that. Oh, there's the screenshot of that. Sad null noises. Yeah, very sad. It was a hard time. Okay, there's a little bit more Queen Keffals, I think. Let's see. I have to do this at 2x speed, otherwise. You might get to hear the psychomotor retardation.
Okay. Hindsight is 2020. I said this in the Discord, and I'll say it here, and I'm not on socials, right?
Put this on and a half.
Because I'm not going to be making a lot of statements, right? My socials are mostly go live announcements. I cannot talk about what happened.
Is this Animal Crossing?
In 2022, without risking having flashbacks. Like I can't talk about that.
I think when Keffals has a PTSD, I think one of the symptoms of his PTSD, besides his retardation, is compulsive overeating. I'm not sure, Chad. What do you think about that? I'm not a doctor.
And I don't, like... I'm trying to be very careful, even, like, addressing this.
Uh-huh. Why? What are you afraid of?
Like, I don't want to have to, like, end the stream. It's very raw.
Dude, the tree that made this fucking Animal Crossing fishing game does not know what the fuck in Unity, you can drop in shaders that create outlines, and you can create outlines around characters so that when a brown fur character walks on a bridge, it does not consume their entire soul and entity completely. Like you can literally just download these shaders and drop them into the game engine, and it will automatically make your game look better. You can just do that for free.
I still have nightmares about everything. It's very hard. It's why I have to see a psychologist every week. Like I'm very
India simulation.
Yeah, chat's not a therapist. I have a therapist. Like it's just like
This is 1.5, by the way.
I want to start a new chapter, and I want to move forward.
But
so I don't want to...
I thought that you were happy offline. I remember reading these posts a long time ago about how happy Keffals is, and now that he's like completely offline, and suddenly he's back to streaming, and just wants everyone to forget that he attempted to infringe my constitutional right to freedom of speech, and tried to create an unprecedented deplatforming campaign that almost broke the entire internet. Like, I thought you were happy offline. I think that's easier than hoping people will forget all the evil you've done.
I don't want to be stuck continuously addressing one of the most traumatic periods of my life.
I want to say this also. Keffals' father died when he was quite young, relatively. He just went off on a tangent about how his great-grandfather died, how his grandmother committed, how his cousins have attempted or committed. And yet, when he ranks the trauma that he's suffered, dealing with the consequences of his own actions is at the top of that. Like, really, out of all the shit you've dealt with, that you purport has caused you PTSD and that people should take note of before they talk about you, like, that is what ranks the list?
When I was in rehab, I wrote 90 pages of a rough draft of a book, and I plan to eventually find...
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I promise you, chat. I promise you, I will buy that book hardcover. I will put that on my shelf. I will read it You subscribe to the Locals right now. Don't miss. That's madtheinternет.locals.com, or if you're on Rumble, just click the join button. Subscribe today. Do not miss my review of the Keffals memoirs of Keffals' equivalent of Mein Kampf. We're reading that together, chat. It's going to be a blast.
And put out a book about everything that happened. Because I think one thing is that there was so much that happened that people called me a liar, saying I constantly contradicted myself, but it's so much happened in such a short time, and it was very traumatic and very hard to deal with.
But why?
I'm struggling to even get the words out.
But why? I dealt with it. I dealt with far worse. Where's it's like being me and listening to this is like such a insurmountable mental mountain to climb. Like, where the f you even have the audacity to act like this when you did nothing that was not in your own control? You suffered nothing that wasn't in your own control. I just don't understand. I was arrested under a false police report before. Someone literally used my name to send in a shooting threat to my high school that resulted in me being put in the back of a police car, and I was interrogated over the origin of the emails. And then I had to provide an alibi. I had they search for guns and and it's like I don't even consider this in the top 10 things list of things that I are traumatizing to me. I just dealt with it. I know it was a false police report. I just dealt with it. I got my attorney. I told my attorney I didn't do anything wrong. They asked for some information. I gave them the information. I said, sorry, all the IPs from this email are on Tor. There's nothing I can give you. And they were like, well, that sucks. And then guess what? It happened again. Almost the exact same way. And nothing happened. The news didn't report on it. The school did not cancel that day. I did not get apprehended again. They did another door knock, and I gave them the same information. I said, sorry, it's Tor again. But because they ignored it, and I ignored it, I never talked about this within 5 years of it happening, it stopped. That's how you deal with it. It's not hard. It's just incredible. It's just it's completely mind-boggling to me that he has so much room for self-pity, and he's gonna act like this is the worst thing that anybody's ever had to fucking deal with. And it's like, you did worse to people. You did fucking worse compared to what it was like in during Drop Kiwi Farms, where I was literally just plugging in new service providers as fast as they were burning out. And I was doing this until early morning hours, trying to figure out how to optimize services to handle more DDoS attack bandwidth and stuff, and to spit out requests. Having to write up Kiwi Flare on my own, having to study how that works, learn completely new types of languages in order to accommodate my own DDoS mitigation stuff. That was hundreds of hours of my life that I spent doing that I'll never get back, that I could have spent doing anything else. I could have spent improving my podcast, improving my site. Who knows how big the Kiwi Farms would have been if I didn't have a year of downtime. Thankfully, my users are sticky enough that even when we were on fucking tour, there was still 800 people on the site. 800 people at any given time were willing to download a special browser and connect to a website URL they can't even spell out to continue posting on the Kiwi Farms. And if I didn't have a community that was that sticky, I would have been completely my fate at that point in time was completely out of my hands. And to make things worse is that that if the site had gone down and the community had been scattered to the winds, I would have no legal means to protect myself. If I got sued by Keffals, I could always crowdfund off of that and defend myself because I'd done nothing wrong. But if I lost the site and I lost the community attached to it, I would be completely defenseless against vexatious litigation. So it was literally do or die for me for months and months, and it really hasn't even stopped because Liz Fong Jones was emboldened by this, and Liz Fong Jones is still going. And it's the same situation. If I lost the site now, Liz Fong Jones would sue me, and I wouldn't have the ability or the reach to do anything to protect myself. And it's just but you dealt with some fucking calling you a retard because you called yourself a retard and that's the most traumatic thing you've ever dealt with, and you can't even summon the words in your head, which is a very, very funny thing to get stuck on when you're trying to say that. You can't even collect your thoughts and say what happened because you're so traumatized by it. It's just unbelievable. It's genuine. Like I can't even believe it. I've never seen this before. For 10 years, for someone so horrible to other people, turn around 180 and then try to curl up in a f***ing ball like this and say that everyone has been so mean to you. I've never seen that, ever. I've never seen a heel turn like this ever before.
But basically what I'm just trying to say is that, like, I would like to move on from the past. I want to focus on having a good time with the community. I want to build bridges, not burn them. I don't want to fight people. I want to heal from everything that happened. I want to come out better on the other side of all of it. No, like an autobiography of the events that happened. Like, there was a bunch of crazy shit that happened that I couldn't talk about. Like, I hired Chelsea Manning's cybersecurity firm, and she was literally on my couch the day the Queen died. Like, that sounds made up. I had to get her permission to even say, hey, I can mention you in this book, right? Because this sounds made up as fuck.
That's insane. It's a little insane. You know what cybersecurity firm I hired? None. I just got hacked. You know why? Because I don't have any f***ing money. I don't have any money. So when I got hacked, you know what I did? I dealt with it myself, as I dealt with everything else. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird to handle things by yourself, chat? Okay, one more thing.
You know...
You know...
Oh,
You know... Oh.
You know, it's whatever. Oh yeah, also, with the Discord changes, I changed it to discord.gg/Keffals, and I just changed it to WigglerCord. Catboy Ranch was funny, but it's a harassment vector, because there are so many videos that call it, like, a server, so... I feel like, with a new...
Because it was like a grooming Discord where you tried to get young people to identify as trans, and then you would send them drugs, and you would teach them how to buy Bitcoin without their parents' permission. And then you would help them buy HRT without their parents' knowledge. That's generally considered morally reprehensible by ordinary society. I know in your bubble that's like normal and cool, and pink pilling is cool and sexy and shit. But normal people, I think if you ask somebody, hey, what would you do if someone on Discord convinced your 13-year-old son to buy cryptocurrency without your permission so that he could purchase online from Brazil in a bathtub HRT contaminated by human or cat hair, so they could inject that into the carotid artery to impact their puberty and become effeminate? What do you think should happen to that person that did that to your son? I think you would get what's called a draconian or Byzantine response to this, which is that you should be drawn and quartered or hanged. I think that's most people's reaction to that. So I guess he hasn't internalized that either, that people's kids is a bad thing. He's learned nothing. Effectively, he's learned nothing. Look, oh my god, there's Tipster in the chat. Hello, friend. You are making us all yawn. Wiggler. Oh my god, there's Tipster. Just the tip, chat.
To this community, we should make that change. You know? It makes the mod's life like 10 times harder just having that name. The joke ran its course. It's just over. It's done. It's over.
Fascinating. Glad to see we're on the right path. Okay. That's stupid.